Hello, I'm Jane Dutton. It was always going to be a significant G20 summit, being here on South African soil with the geopolitics at play on the continent and abroad, and the US's decision makers deciding not to come. Some countries opting not to take a group photo alongside Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov.
The conflicts between Russia and Ukraine, conflicts that's raging in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, in the Sudan, in the Sahel and in Gaza, continue to exact heavy human toll and heighten global insecurity. South Africa welcomes the ceasefire agreement reached between Israel and Hamas as a crucial first step towards ending the severe humanitarian crisis faced by the Palestinian people in Gaza. This ceasefire must lay the basis for a just and lasting peace in line with UN resolutions, in line with international law and internationally agreed parameters.
One of Khayelitsha's most feared criminals, Yanga Bara-Nyalara, is believed to be one of 7 suspects killed in a shootout with police in the Eastern Cape. 7 suspects were shot dead near Butterworth on Thursday after police responded to a tip-off. Nyalara is allegedly linked to murders, extortion and robberies.
Police spotted the vehicles next to Kofimbaba and attempted to stop them. The suspects sped off. A chase ensued and a backup was called to assist on the chase. And while they were between Ndabakazi and Butterworth, the alleged suspects shot at the police, who then retaliated.
We know that South Africa is in the grip of extreme crime and violence. This is what the numbers look like. The Western Cape has recorded the highest number of gang-related murders between October and December last year. Close to 270 people were killed in just 3 months.
In November last year, we had a meeting between Ministry, National Commissioner, Deputy National Commissioners, and Provincial Commissioners. We wanted absolute consensus that murder in South Africa is our major concern.
Almost 7,000 murders were committed in the last 3 months across the country. That's nearly 77 people being murdered every day in South Africa. And one person has been arrested in connection with the torture of patrons at Zanzu Nightclub in Pretoria. The suspect was arrested in Yeoville on Thursday following a video of the men in their 20s being sexually and physically assaulted.
We can confirm that this Congolese national was arrested in Yeoville with assistance and collaboration with JMPD on Thursday evening just after 10 o'clock. He was identified by this group of police officers while conducting patrols. They could identify him from some of the videos that have been circulating.
As you can see, we are outside the Zanzu Nightclub in Hatfield in Pretoria East, a day after videos went viral on social media showing bouncers at this place torturing patrons. Now, police have confirmed that the incident happened in 2023 and the case was only opened yesterday after the videos went viral on social media. Now, as you can see, the police have declared this scene, this area, as a crime scene. They've cordoned off Zanzu. The health MMC for the city of Tshwane said the security company that was contracted to provide security services to this club is not compliant with the security regulations by CIRA.
Also spoke with the officials of the city that we need to probe in all 12 establishments that are run by Stephen and his crew. And we also have spoken to other stakeholders like your Department of Labor, because there's also alleged accusations of the fact that they do not comply within certain requirements in the labor aspect. This is not the first time whereby we had to have this kind of session with the owners of Zanzu. We once met with them in Main Lane in Babel, where they were accused of unfair discrimination with one of their employees. So there's a continuous pattern in terms of how they operate.
For Eyewitness News, I'm Alpha Ramshwana in Hatfield.
Oh, what a week it has been. From the fires in the sweltering Cape, fanned by the wind and the heat, to the consistent rains in other parts of the country. That's led to flooding in many parts of KZN. The eThekwini Metro Municipality says 4 people have been confirmed dead as a result of the severe weather conditions in Durban.
The adverse weather experienced in the city led to the collapse of formal and informal structures, with reports of entrapments being attended to by authorities. 4 fatalities were reported in Efolweni, KwaMakhutha, Demat, and Ntsimbini after a wall collapsed while the occupants were asleep.
3 bodies have been recovered from the rubble of some of the homes brought down by mudslides and heavy rains in the province. Emergency services had to respond to 2 separate incidents in KwaMakhutha and Adams mission areas in the south of Durban. In Gauteng, a tornado ripped through Montana north of Pretoria. Ferocious winds tore through the area, uprooting trees and ripping roofs of homes, carpets and buildings.
For now, I still have to look for a place. I didn't. So now I'm trying to gather things here and there. Then I'll take everything one step at a time.
In Hammanskraal, residents had to scoop water from their homes, trying to salvage what they could. Now, if opposition parties hadn't balked at a last-minute budget revelation, we would have been victims of a 2% VAT increase. The political revolt led to the budget speech being cancelled for the first time in history.
We have decided to adjourn proceedings for a date to be determined by the programming committee.
Cape Town Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis has welcomed the postponement of the national budget, saying lower-income households would be hit hardest by the proposed 2% VAT increase.
In the past, we would have seen this exploitative tax hike passed by a majority in Parliament. But now South Africans are getting protection from a government of national unity where power does not exclusively lie with the ruling party and its finance minister.
National Student Financial Aid Scheme has a new board. The Private Student Housing Association believes the new leadership appointed this week will change the organisation for the better. Its CEO, Khayelitsha Mamabolo, says the members of the board are highly qualified and have a wealth of experience that will benefit the scheme. He adds that students who depend on financial aid can profit from efficient leadership. In a bid to combat poaching in the Kruger National Park, licence number plate recognition cameras have been installed in certain regions. The cameras are able to read a vehicle number plate and provide information about the vehicle as well as the owner. The Kruger National Park has seen a spike in poaching incidents, with 35 rhinos killed just this year alone.
It recognises number plates and also gives information to the main Joint Operations Centre, and it's watched 24/7. We used to find carcasses near the road here, and we since have arrested a couple of individuals who would be dropped off, walk in and be picked up again.
It's been a bad week for ANC member Nora Mahlangu, a municipal mayor in Ngaka Modiri district northwest. She shared an inappropriate video in the ANC's provincial WhatsApp group showing her private parts. The party in the province promptly dismissed her. Much better week for the young man who was swallowed by a whale. A humpback whale snatched and spat out Adrian Simancas. He was pack rafting with his father in the waters of Patagonia in Chile. I hope you too have a good weekend. I shall see you next week.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.